smash, right? So what we are doing is we're taking one note and we're turning it into a bunch of random notes. And what inspired this is actually two things. I had done this once upon a time, and then I'd kind of forgotten about it because I only pull it out once in a while. But then I had been playing with this Pain Piano library by silence+other sounds, and it's so good. And there's a smash button. Check it. Oh man, that's so good. That's so good. Yeah, I love this sound designer, silence+other sounds. Check their stuff. I'll put a link in the description for you. But they had a smash button too, and I'm like, oh yeah, smashing. How have I not done a video on smashing? Right? All right, guys, it is now tomorrow, and we are still smashing. Really? Okay. So this is kind of why I decided to get back into my MIDI smashers, is because I was fucking with this string ache library, also by silence+other sounds, while I was doing the Pain Piano, and I was painfully aware that the string ache did not have a smasher. I'm like, this is good. I built a smasher once upon a time that was built for this taiko drum library, and I wanted to like smash these taiko drums. I had made some progress on it in a few different ways, but yesterday I kind of built a better smasher, and then I built another smasher that works differently. So we're going to go through both of those right now. By the way, both of these libraries, the Pain Piano and the String Ache, are on sale for like another week or something. I just got the Pain Piano. I had already owned String Ache, but they're on deep discount, both of them. You can get like String Ache for like 50% off and Pain Piano for like 30% off. So that is until I think the end of the month, which is like another week. Let's talk about this one first. So I had made a rack that basically mashes all 128 notes at once. And so I started there with this smasher. This is my second smasher, but I'm going to start with it because it's a little bit simpler. And in some ways, it's a little better. So basically, you're starting with all the notes, and then you take a pitch device, which minuses notes. And so that's going to reduce the number of notes coming in. And we can see this. If you take a MIDI effect rack, right, you can go to the key, and then it will pop up red wherever you have notes coming in. So check it. If we have the randomness of this all the way down, and we had 0, so it's all the notes. And then we subtract out notes. So we can subtract out like 100 notes or something. And then that's what we're left off with. And then we can shift that block up. So then you can add randomness to it, just one random device. And so what that does is it can be plus or minus 24 semitones, right? Or whatever this number is. So you can be like plus or minus 8 semitones. Every note is going to be able to go up or down between those options. Or it can do that and then double the distance or triple the distance. So it might be like plus 3 semitones times 3, that would be 9. So you go up in like 3 semitones a piece. All right, so that's what these two knobs are. And then this is the chance that that even happens. So you have this big block of notes, and then some of them scatter, like 30% of them scatter or whatever, 40% of them scatter. Right, so we could always get a little bit of that action and then have it be a little bit different every time. All right, let's increase the distance. It could go away. Right, so hopefully you can see those notes bouncing around. So this one works pretty good. Let's try it over on this orchestral hits right now. Right, so turning off the random. Cool. Now this scatter functionality works on both of these guys, both the MIDI smashers. So it's once you go above all the way left on this, it turns on, and that's going to roll the notes out. And it actually will do it, and this is really cool. This is a nice innovation. You can see This is splitting the whole key range into 5, and so that way it's going to play multiple notes at once and split the arpeggiation, so it's not one arpeggiator that's scattering all the notes out one at a time. It divides that work in half and then layers the notes. Right, so check it. If we have a bunch of notes, right, and we have this be extra random, the other thing we're going to want to turn on is if we do scatter this, it's going to make really short notes. So we're going to want to turn on our note length and make sure that it's long enough. Cool, right? So if we scatter this, right, if we have this at 1, then it's going to just play one note at a time. This can go up to 5. Right, then it's playing essentially 5 on average as it's been scattered out, been divided up into these different bins, and then it's arpeggiating through them. But that is Smasher 1. This scatter functionality is embedded into these main guys here on Smasher 2. This one's always random. They both have the same velocity functionality. So this is the randomize the velocity. Right, we're increasing the velocity randomness as we're decreasing the output high and increasing the output low. This is scrunching it up, because sometimes like velocities down around 1 and 2 and 5 and even 10 don't even show up. So this is a smooth way to drive it upwards. This one also has an arpeggiator in, so if you just hold a note and you want to smash, 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 it'll do that. So scatter does the same thing as before. So this is just the distance between notes, and then this is the number of notes per time the arpeggiator clicks. So this goes up to 5. And then this is the actual number of notes total. It goes up to 50. The way I did that is this is more notes. So these are just all different chains, and each one of these actually has a randomized device. It's not as processor inefficient as you would think, because it's only one note hitting these. And if we did it the other way, it would be like, instead of one note hitting 50 different things, it'd be 50 notes hitting the same thing, but it's still drawing 50 random numbers, right? And still reading 50 notes, etc. So that is the gist of Smasher number 2. And then just as an added bonus, so one, this scatter, I'll put that scatter aside as well. But you can use that on anything. It'll take regular notes and it'll kind of scatter them randomly. So you could do that with like block chords, like really computer robotic, like even chords, and you can scatter out the notes of them a little bit to make them more human if you wanted. You can also do that with Ableton's Groove Engine. This will change the note to whatever you want, right? So these are the notes on a piano. Right, so you can just add layers here, and then there's a version of this that has 16, which is basically the same, except for then it's got this internal one to add more layers, stacks on stacks. All right, so you can be like, cool. So this one you can get as many as 16 notes out of it. This doesn't have any arpeggiation or anything, but you can just do that on the side if you want, or just throw that scatter in front of it if you wanted. Right, but then you get to pick exactly which notes you want. It gives you a lot of control. I throw this thing, usually just the 8-layer one, but if you're smashing, 16 might be more appropriate. But I'll throw that in my 128s on my drum racks. Right, so if I have like drum pads that I'm playing, maybe I want to like stack that up a little bit. It's just the quickest, easiest way to do that. So one of the cool things that this Smasher and the Pain Piano has is this weirdness knob, and this randomizes parameters. Right, so let's do a little bit about that. Randomizing parameters. So there's this device randomizer. You can get it for free. It's Max for Live. You can trigger this, and right now this is mapped to this guy, and this will randomize those things. Yeah, so as I'm smashing, right, very, very different sounds. And we could map these differently. Also, check it. We can do this, and then they'll drift. just something worth considering. There could be better ways to randomize, more effective ways to get more usable sounds more often. I recommend building 128s that are good for smashing. Usually that means having a lot of sounds of different variety in them. Yeah, let's talk about this artifact creator really quick too. If you're going to smash, you get a lot of interesting stuff in reverb tails and stuff like that. So this artifact creator, it basically adds a bunch of gain into limiters. And so all these things that are like 100 decibels down or whatever become audible. So let's take a listen. Pretty cool, right? And if you have like reverb and stuff like that, pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, I love you guys. Hopefully you found this useful. Don't forget to check out S+OS's stuff. Smash hard. Come up with something cool and send it to me. Or like comment below on some of the techniques you've come up with. Yeah, it's a fun technique. Enjoy the racks. They should be in the link in the description below. And I will catch you on the flip side. Take care.